Right, welcome back. This is technically still the same day as the previous video, but this is going to be a separate video in of itself. The plan for this video is I want to get the dash, the heater box and the wiring into the car. Now before I do all of that, I first need to get insulation material to lay out in the firewall area and underneath where the dash is going to go before I put the dash in, of course. Speaking of dash, in terms of fixing it, I forgot to record this, but I already disassembled one of the gauge clusters, and I'm gonna clean it up. I'm gonna use a brush to brush out most of it because I don't want to stain or scratch anything. What I've done so far, other than disassemble it, is I took out this little odometer cog and I've turned it back to 0. I don't know if it's in kilometers or miles. I'm assuming miles because they painted kilometers over this one and it's going to 120, so it's probably miles. But anyways, I turned it back to 0 because this car is going to be brand new when I'm done, so 0 on the clock. When I'm done with all of this, I'll probably just put it back together. I just need to paint this, I'm going to use this one probably. Just need to repaint this and then I'll put it back together once everything is clean. And yeah, then probably hook the wiring up and route everything through the car. So that's a plan for this moment. Not sure what else we're gonna do, but stay tuned. Right, so I've been busy off camera a little bit. You saw me repair the gauge cluster and turn the odometer back to 0 in the time-lapse footage. Now this morning I quickly fixed the holes that was in this instrument bezel. I also cut out the center section to 7-inch standard bin size, and then I went to the upholstery shop and got some of this leather looking vinyl, with which I covered this one already just to see how it will look and if I can actually do this. And yeah, it turned out really good. So I just need to do this one as well, and then that can go back, and then I need to take that to an upholstery shop so that they can cover that for me, because I can't do that myself. It's a bit difficult with all the bins and such. So I'm gonna take that for the professionals. When that's done, the dash is basically complete. So not sure, I still need to make the glove box section out of something else, but in general the dash will be done, and then we can probably plop it back into the car. I'm trying to find some insulation material so that we can just line the firewall with that, but yeah, slow and steady progress. Right, so I'm basically done with the upholstery stuff. I finished the center bezel on the dash. I finished the center console down on the floor, though I have not put it back together because I still need to clean the actual console bit, and I also want to re-chrome plate this like little ashtray cover because it's like full of pitting and stuff, and that shit unfortunately does not buff out. So yeah, it's done. Let me just quickly show you all of this. This is looking very nice as well, and here is the center sections. Really like how this black vinyl like leather type look is making a nice contrast with everything. Seems nice. I think they should have made it like this from the factory, to be honest, instead of the wood grain and then plain chrome. I've never been a fan of the wood grain really, but we're going off topic anyway. Sorry guys. So I don't really have a plan for what to do next. I'm thinking we might tear apart the seats finally so that can go in for upholstery. The dash is just getting recovered, like the actual dash pad. So once that comes back, we can like reassemble the dash completely and also put in the wiring harness. Then the heater box can go back into the car, and yeah, we'll just see what seems like fun and do that next. So yeah, let's see what there is. Right, so I did a lot of work off camera, and yeah, basically done with a dash. So let's just quickly address the wiring. I've installed the under dash harness, but I'm considering replacing this fuse box with this one because this one is not corroded and it's in a better condition, whereas this one is corroded and you can clean them up but they'll just corrode again. So this is unfortunate, but I'm probably gonna have to do that. While we're here discussing the wiring, let me just show you something. So Chrysler Motors severely under-designed the wiring for the headlights. As you can see, they melted here, and that is because the headlight power runs through all of this wire, right? And then it runs through the switch and the dimmer and bright switch. So your power, instead of coming from a short route directly from the battery, has all this wiring to run through, really thin wiring, might I add. So that causes a lot of resistance, causes a lot of heat, and it's no good, so it might burn your car out. So to solve that problem, I went and bought relays. So I'll be installing these relays so that you can pull the headlight power directly from the battery, and then the relays acts as an intermediate switch for all of this, so that you don't have to run high current through that. While we are here on the dash, let me just flip it over. So the dash pad has been reupholstered and it looks good. I also removed the wooden inlay in the gauge cluster and replaced it with the black vinyl, also painted the silver, and overall the dash looks really good. I like how this came out. The center console is also assembled, that also looks great. So we can put that in the car in a second. I just need to reassemble the shifter and fix this. By the way, look at this little solution. Alright, so my dumbass originally wanted to open up this reverse lamp switch because it's broken, and to replace them is like $120 and I'm not going to spend that type of money on a switch. So I've asked around and someone suggested that I use a limit switch. So I made this little bracket for it, and this limit switch will basically rest against this and indicate when it's in reverse, but we'll get to that later. There's no time for it in this video. So let's quickly wrap it up by showing you what's been happening in the front. I've done some insulation work all around the underside of the dash. I also made these like insulation pads from the templates of a previous one. So I used the same display board material that I used for this like little fan shroud thing, and basically wrapped it with fiberglass, because fiberglass is an excellent insulator and it has like a tinfoil. So I wrapped that cutouts with this so that the fiberglass stays inside, because I don't actually want this in my car, but it's really good to use. So that's basically it. We're gonna chuck in the heater box now, chuck in the dash, and just hook up the rest of the wiring, which is already laid out in the car. And yeah, then take it from there. That's about it for this video. And that's actually it for a while now, because I'm going back to university this weekend. So yeah, might be a few months before the next video comes out. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. I'll quickly put on some time-lapse footage of me slapping in the dash and the heater box, and that will be it. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned and subscribe, and see you guys in a few months. Cheers.